Krusty Krab, home of the Krabby Patty and owned by Monsieur Krabs.
But wait, stop. What if our fabulously yellow Sponge Boy became heir to the Krusty Krab, thus rendering him the rightful owner of the business? How would he run it? Let's break it down. SpongeBob is a little 32-year-old boy who has a lot of things going for him that many entrepreneurs dream of having. Number 1, passion. SpongeBob loves his job. No, really, he loves it. In fact, he loves it so much that when he first started working there, he paid Mr. Krabs $100 per hour just to have the privilege of doing so. He's not just the resident patty flipper, but the total embodiment of living his best life. He has a contagious passion, and in business marketing, that is what sells. Customers don't just buy products, they buy enthusiasm and character. Think about massive brands such as Apple or Tesla. At the time, pre-Nazi of course, their founders were so obsessed with their products that they contagiously made others obsessed too. So SpongeBob's passion, that's a thumbs up from me. What a little rascal. Just want to ruffle his sponge hair? Number 2, customer service. Now, to say that SpongeBob goes above and beyond for customers is perhaps the greatest understatement of all time. He's traveled across wildernesses, literally driving rocks to deliver customers custom products like pizzas, despite inevitably getting the order minorly wrong. He also remembers most regular customers' orders by heart. Now, that's what we'd call customer retention through personalization. Wow, that's a great phrase. Businesses that focus on the customer experience win big. And SpongeBob has got that on lock. No cap. I don't know why I said that. No. Number 3, consistency. Mr. SquarePants also never misses a single shift. He is the total backbone of the business already. And when your audience knows they can rely on you, they'll keep coming back. Whether that's posting regular content or providing a consistent quality product, consistency will build trust.
Say that again.
Now, it's not all fun and games with our resident absorbent yellow friend. It's time to talk about his week. Okay, now let's bring ourselves back to reality for a second.
Okay, what's going on here?
SpongeBob has a few, let's call them challenges that might make his business plan sink faster than Squidward's hopes and dreams.
Here lies Squidward's hopes and dreams.
Challenge number 1, overcommitment. SpongeBob tries to do every single thing himself. Delegation? Never heard of her. Work-life balance? Schmirk, schmeif, schmalance. But here's the thing. No newly managed business grows and scales without teamwork, outsourcing, or effective task delegation, even if that business is under sole ownership.
Business is booming.
If SpongeBob ran the Krusty Krab, he'd likely burn out faster than the Krabby Patty left on the grill and inevitably end up like the health inspector. Challenge number 2. Ignoring finances.
Money, I got money, I got.
Does SpongeBob care about profit margins?
No.
Absolutely not. Businesses need to track expenses, revenue, and return on investment, or, in simpler terms, know when they're making money or just wasting it.
SpongeBob, and you're spending all me money.
See, he'd need to be in contact with suppliers, construct administrative work, manage finances, things that Eugene Krabs was clearly competent at. But imagine SpongeBob giving away free Krabby Patties because he's too excited to see customers happy. It's adorable, but it's also financially illiterate and bankruptcy waiting to happen. Challenge number 3. Lack of strategy. SpongeBob lives in the moment. This very moment. While that's great for keeping the energy up, it's not great for planning long-term success. Every business needs goals, strategies, and systems. And while SpongeBob has shown semblance of creating a plan for his many alternative businesses in the
Who's
past,
number 46,853?
the level of consistency required to apply it in the long term for this kind of business would inevitably be too restrictive for Mr. Square Bob, and without understanding the risks or contingency planning, he'd just be winging
He
it.
wasn't a lunatic after all.
I'm flying! I'm flying!
And that's not to mention that sole motivation can only go so far as the success you see before you. If suppliers and customers become unhappy with SpongeBob, the little ADHD-infused sponge would struggle with his rejection sensitivity
I made this one with my tears!
and inevitably be crushed under the weight of his own self-loathing.
You had to kill him.
So what can we actually learn from SpongeBob SquarePants, besides how to blow bubbles, annoy our neighbours, and live with a quite frankly disgusting amount of optimism and positivity?
Good morning, little flowers.
Here are some takeaways that I believe every marketer and business owner should remember. Number 1, build emotional connections. Customers stick with brands that make them feel something. SpongeBob's enthusiasm manifests loyalty in others, whether it's his customers or his jellyfishing buddies. When you're building a brand, think about the emotional connections you're making. Are you making your audience laugh? Inspiring them? Educating them? Making their lives easier?
Coming to bed, honey?
Brands like Disney, for instance, have mastered the art of emotional storytelling. From their heartfelt moments in their films to customer interactions at their theme parks, they make people feel like they're part of something magical every step of the way. So ask yourself, how are you making your audience feel?
I lost something once.
Lesson number 2, stay consistent.
My sandwich tastes like a fried boot.
My sandwich is a fried boot.
Whether it's your posting schedule, your branding, or your product quality, consistency builds trust and reliability. SpongeBob's consistency is what keeps the Krusty Krab running, even when Squidward's attitude tries to drag it down.
Oh, maybe.
Are you planning on ordering today, sir?
Think about brands like McDonald's. You know exactly what to expect every single time, whether you're in New York or Tokyo. There isn't an endless requirement for innovation, just that it provides consistency. Often, that makes you make a safe choice, which is often the first choice.
That, Mr. Krabs, he was number 1.
And that's what builds loyalty. Consistency can also signal professionalism, and people want to work with or buy from businesses that they can rely on. Be someone your audience can count on, just like SpongeBob. Lesson number 3, balance your passion with strategy. Like SpongeBob, you need to love what you do, but don't forget to plan. Passion is essential because it fuels your creativity and drive, but without strategy, it's like running a boat without a compass. SpongeBob's passion is obviously unmatched, but if he paired it with Mr. Krabs' knack for budgeting and a solid strategy for scaling the Krabby Patty empire, he'd dominate Bikini Bottom. Wait, that's what they already do. Great businesses balance creativity with calculated moves. Set goals, track results, and adjust when necessary. Don't just wing it. Set a course, stick to it. But if it doesn't work, adjust and change. Keep that cycle repeating, and you'll have a successful business.
Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs?
I'm feeling a warm spot. Sorry.
So, what if SpongeBob ran the Krusty Krab? Well, he kind of already does, just not the operational side. It'd probably be the happiest, most chaotic fast food chain under the sea, until the money ran out. But there is so much we can learn from him about passion, consistency, and building loyalty. Now, if you're ready to run your business like the Krusty Krab, but with better planning, make sure to hit that subscribe button and tell me in the comments who's your favorite SpongeBob character and what would they bring to your business. But until next time, keep flipping those Krabby Patties. Metaphorically speaking, of course.